Hey, how are you guys? It's Dude from Ukraine. So today we'll be testing the speed differences and the differences between these three phones, the iPhone 4S, the iPhone 4, and the iPhone 3GS. I will not be testing the speed difference between the iPhone 3GS because I took out the SIM card by accident and now I can't find it, so I can't activate the phone. But I'll definitely be testing these two right here. Just quickly taking a look at the boxes. You can see there's the three boxes. This is the iPhone 4S. As you can see, the white background right there. And the iPhone 4 had the black background right there. Both phones are black. And this is the iPhone 3GS. As you can see, the box is a lot bulkier, but mainly it's pretty much the same thing except it has a different design. Another difference is there's an iCloud logo right there, but every other box has an Apple logo right there. Now let's take a look at the design differences. As you can see, the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S are pretty much identical. This one might seem a little thicker because it has a custom backplate, but they're both exactly the same. There's a little differences right there, as you can see on top, but mainly this is pretty much the same. Another major difference is these buttons are a little bit moved. The iPhone 4S is mainly kind of like the Verizon iPhone 4, so that's pretty much the only difference right there. So some of your cases for the iPhone 4 will not fit your iPhone 4S. And taking a look at the iPhone 3GS, as you can see how much the phone's evolved. Went from a round shape like this to more of a sleek design like this. Let's take a look at the difference between the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 4S displays. This is the iPhone 4, this is the iPhone 4S. As you can see, they both have retina displays, and Apple did switch companies to manufacture the displays on the iPhone 4S. And both of these are at 100% brightness. One of the main differences you'll notice, the iPhone 4S is a bit brighter, but I don't think the colors are as rich and the blacks are as like dark and rich. As you can see right here, for example, taking a look at the weather app, as you can see, it's a lot more richer here in color than it is right there. It's a little bright there. It's kind of maybe a little bit washed out. Both displays do look still beautiful, but there are differences like that. We can take a look at a few different applications. For example, the music app, as you can see, it's a lot more richer in color there than it is in the iPhone 4S. Let's open up a setting, for example. You can see the difference in colors right there. The iPhone 4S is a bit brighter. The iPhone 4 is a little darker. And let's take a look at, for example, the weather app. You can notice the difference. It's a lot darker here and richer, and the iPhone 4S is a little lighter, which is not bad. I think it still looks good, but the darks are a lot richer on this phone right there. And you can see, just scrolling through the pages, you can notice the difference in the backgrounds. This one is a little darker, this one is a little lighter. I kind of like the background here better just because I don't know, I can see more detail than the iPhone 4. It's a little dark there, but that's pretty much the main differences in the display. I think another place where you notice a difference will be also the Safari, where you web browsing. Let's take a look at a few websites, how fast they load on both phones. This is Gadget Mac, a very good reviewing site. Let's load both of them at the same time. Here we go. iPhone 4S is almost done loading. There you go, we already see the picture and it's finished, and there goes the iPhone 4, which is still loading, and now it's finished. As you can see, there's a few second difference there. Let's try another site like apple.com. Apple, and we'll hit go. iPhone 4S, as you can see, already finished. And now goes the iPhone 4. Let's try another site like Pepsi. Let's go to Pepsi. I remember I went to the Apple store and the genius tested my Mac performance to try to crash it, just to make sure my Mac didn't crash, my MacBook Pro that I had before. And he went to Pepsi because it had a lot going on the website. But there you go. As you can see, the iPhone 4 was finished there a little earlier. So some sites will load a little faster on the iPhone 4, but most sites and everything is a bit faster on the iPhone 4S. I think one of the other differences that you will notice is the performance of the apps. The apps will load a bit faster on the iPhone 4S. And let's take a look at Angry Birds, for example. At the same time, you can see iPhone 4S is already loading. Later, and as you can see, the iPhone 4S was already done, and you're ready to play. And you were already ready to play on the iPhone 4S, so it's a little faster there. You know, overall there's not too much difference. I think one of the biggest differences you will notice later on, I don't think there's games like that you can try it on right now, but I think the developers in the future will use this power of the A5 chip and the graphics of the iPhone 4S later in the future apps that will be released, because I think you will notice a lot more of the speed difference in the apps than you would in the iPhone 4. And like opening the app faster, how fast everything loads, just how smooth the app is, you'll notice that better on the iPhone 4S. I think that's where the biggest difference in speed. I will do a full review on these phones probably in like a few days, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it helps you out to see a little difference between the two phones, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. See you later.